Well, hey there, it is Monday. And if you listen to the Intentional Mom podcast, you know that that means it is time for another mantra, a piece of wisdom, a piece of empowering thought that you can keep by your side. You can write it down where you need it, something that you can draw strength and encouragement from when you need it. That is what's coming up today on this Monday's episode of the Intentional Mom podcast. Well, hey there, I am Jennifer Roskamp, a certified life coach and homeschool mom of 9 who is passionate about helping women just like you embrace the here and now while also being focused on creating the life you actually want. In reality, it's not about thinking life will get so much better or so much easier when you fill in the blank. Let's work on creating a life you love now. So let's dive in and get started on redefining Supermom to be someone who is present, intentional, and content rather than perfect in our homes, in our lives, and in our own skin. Let's get started. This is the Intentional Mom Podcast. Well, hey there. I'm excited to share a mantra with you today. You likely know that mantras and truths, those two things are my favorite. And it's because a lot of times the things that I share in mantras and truths are things that are contrary to what we commonly think. A lot of times they're contrary to even what society or culture might tell us is true. And so they're things that a lot of times we don't realize. But once we hear them, they become huge empowerment tools that we can use to propel us forward, to help us take action when otherwise it feels too hard, to do the right thing when doing the right thing feels impossible. So all kinds of ways in which mantras and truths can help us. And this is a great one today. So today's mantra is this, and I've got a lot to share about this one. So I'm going to give you the mantra, and then I'm just going to kind of give you these pieces that we're going to add on to it. It is, I will recover from this. I will recover from this. The reason I like this one is because there's all kinds of times in life where life throws us a curveball. Life gives us really it deals us a bad hand. And we can feel the very opposite. We can feel like I am never going to be able to move forward from this. I am never going to be able to feel better about this. This is going to be something that affects me in this heavy, heavy way from now until forever. And when you have a mantra like this, it allows you to be in that moment, to be in that situation, but to start to limit the depth to which you feel those sorts of things. Now, again, we control our feelings by controlling our thoughts. We can't just control our feelings. You have to start at the thought level. And so having this thought, I will recover from this, already takes you from a place. If you were in a place of feeling things like despair, anxiety, panic, even just saying those words out loud can start to free up some of the depth to which you're feeling those things. So I can recover. You don't have to know the how. Here's what you need to know. You don't have to know the how. In order to use this mantra, in order to say this thing to yourself, you don't have to know how you're going to recover. You also don't have to know when recovery is going to happen. You also don't have to know what it's going to look like at all. You just have to say out loud, I can recover. Another reason why this mantra is so helpful is because it takes you from where you are now, which is often a really low point, and it helps you focus only on forward. It helps you focus only on the future. And that can be so hard to find when life just kind of comes and hits you upside the head. So it immediately takes you from where you are, which is overcome with the present, and it points you to the future. That's one of the reasons why I think this is so effective. This mantra also gives you permission to not know the details. So often before we do something, before we start something, we like to have all the details figured out. We feel like we're supposed to have all the details out. And when this is a mantra that you repeat to yourself, you have 100% permission to know zero details. You don't have to have any of those to say, I can recover. You're simply just making a declaration. I can recover. And the third reason why I think this works so well is because really the words are focused. The words are focused on freedom, and they make you strong. They're strong words. I can recover. These words are strong thoughts. You don't have to feel strong, but these words essentially tell yourself that you are strong. In order to recover, you are going to have to be strong. A weak person can't recover, but a strong person can. And so by you drawing your line in the sand and saying, I can recover, you are also saying, I am strong enough to recover. Whatever that's going to look like, I have the strength to do it. Again, you don't have to necessarily feel strong because in a lot of ways, especially if something has just happened, you're not going to be feeling strong. But these words, I can recover, say, I am strong. And putting that label on yourself changes the picture. So I can recover. When something happens this week, if something happens this week that makes you feel like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do now? Or, oh my goodness, this is debilitating. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. That's okay. You don't have to know what you're supposed to do now. All you have to know is, I can recover from this. And that's where it starts. It's believing in yourself, and it's building yourself up with that strength that gives you the ability to show up and start doing it. Whatever that is, whatever you uncover is the first step to take in recovery. You're just simply telling yourself, I can recover first. And that's your line in the sand moment. So that's the mantra I had for you today. In our next episode, we will be having our guest speaker. So it's always a great and popular episode. Make sure you tune in for that episode and see who we've got coming up here with us and is going to be sharing their amazing wisdom with all of us. We'll see you next time.